This
Perfect. Can you hear
conference
me?
will now be recorded.
Awesome, Omar. Can you hear me, sir?
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining. I know this is like you're like this is every day. I can't handle it. But we just want to make sure you guys are prepared for questions you get from your team members, for questions you have yourself, and kind of the games that we're all trying to play to win and be successful here at ARC. So one of the things I'm really excited about um, that we've kind of pioneered in the industry is power rankings. Most network marketing companies, people get recognized for paychecks or titles, right? And there's always a little bit of, if I got in early, I have a slightly bigger advantage than anybody else who came later because as long as I keep growing and keep my business going, my paycheck should be, one of the top people. And we absolutely want to honor and respect and give recognition to and thank our business partners that have been here since day one. Honestly, we wouldn't be here today. We couldn't do this without them. They mean the world to us. But we also realize that business changes. It ebbs and flows, and there's seasons of grit, grind down, hard nosed, just shoulder the wheel work, and then there's times where you're living the life. Um, I honestly believe that once you've kind of made the lifestyle for yourself that you want, most people tend to kind of pace themselves a little bit, right? Network marketing, you're always going to be taking care of the teams you've built. It's kind of a lifetime calling that's connected to your paycheck, right? Every week that comes to you. And that helps, keep you engaged. And it's just fun. It's a fun part of the relationships we've built with friends and family members and business partners. But usually, typically, there does come a time where you're making the income, you're living the lifestyle that you want. You're probably not out there growing and building new teams all the time. And a lot of companies try to penalize or try to shame leaders into going to work and working all the time. And that's not our culture. It's not who we are. It's not what you signed up to be. I mean, if it was a 40-hour a week for life gig, you probably wouldn't have said yes to this, right? The nice thing about being an entrepreneur, having your own business, is you call the shots. And it's not my job or the company's job to say, unless you're making six figures a year, unless you're making, $5,000 a month, unless whatever, therefore you're not successful. Like, it's not my job to define success. And a lot of times you'll see other companies kind of do that and corner leaders into an uncomfortable position. I don't know what your intention was when you decided to become a Limu promoter, right? And I'm not sure what your intention is now. Maybe it's just simply, I want to make enough money so that I can get awesome products for free, right? Or I want to get 500 bucks a month, because that supplements your income with the lifestyle that you're looking for. Um, Better date nights, money for vacations, money for school, whatever that ends up being. Like, it's your opportunity to define what success looks like and not the company's, okay? And I give this preamble because it really is the genesis of how power rankings came to be. We wanted a system that would take in all of the business building behavior that you could do, right? Every single thing, from sponsoring to enrolling to coaching to mentoring, helping people title events, growing your pay lines, growing your paycheck, personally I mean, you name it, all of that gets factored into power rankings. And we start from January 1 to the end of the year, right? And you have a full year to compete. And it is a competition, it's a race. So there is no guaranteed way to hit a specific level or not. It's just, if someone's running fast, be a little bit faster. If someone's running slow, be a little bit faster, right? And so Power Rankings is a chance for the company to recognize the people who are driving growth today. And there's a natural progression in your RX business. You're going to go from brand new, never done it, to starting to get a paycheck, to starting to build a team, to duplicating your team, to building and leading multiple teams. And all of that behavior is going to build up your power ranking throughout the year. Okay. And the more teams you build, the more successful you duplicate, all of that gets factored in. At some point, you're going to become a top power ranker. These are people that eventually help the company make decisions in our partners council. So we choose from our top power rankers every year, the top 10 in North America, and say, welcome to the Partners Council. This is a chance for you to get a seat at the table to help us decide what we do. And your influence and your decision, your leadership, your representation of your team is key for us to making decisions that are in the best interest of you and the company. So Power Rankings is super cool. It's super important. And here's kind of that natural progression. You're going to go from newbie, build up, become a top power ranker, become on the Partners Council, serve there a couple years, and guys, it's only a matter of time before you're invited into the Founders Club, and that's where you share in profits with the company. If you look at everyone who's in the Founders Club today, they were the top power rankers of yesteryear. And some of those Founders Club members, they got a great income, and they're in what we call legacy mode, which is they're living the dream, they're living the life, they're living what we all said yes to when we joined this business opportunity, as opposed to starting a franchise, right? You can have time freedom, you can have a supplemental income that can replace your full-time income, right? And so all of that is kind of what a lot of them are doing. And yet you get others who are still ambitious, like Steve Schwartz, for example. He's number 2 power anchor worldwide, and he's a founder in both North America and Europe, because he doesn't stop growing. He's ambitious. He loves it. It's kind of his go-to thing, and he leads, and he's growing the business amazingly. So Power Rankings is kind of a natural progression for people who want to take their game to the next level. What I love about it is it recognizes people on both a global, regional, by country, and even by state level. So if you're starting in a brand new market, you're in Colorado, right, where historically ARCs, we haven't had a lot going on in Colorado. If you're just getting started, right, there's a good chance you could end up being a top power anchor in the state. And that carries a lot of influence. It carries a lot of weight, because people realize, wow, like, you are one of the top people in the state. It's easy for them to say, I want to be a part of this team because they're successful. And so that's kind of how Power Rankings works. Let's walk through the different ways that we look at this. First, it's fair and unbiased, guys. Whether you have a great relationship with Fred Cooper or you can't stand him, right? Whether you think I am handsome or it doesn't matter, right? It's totally fair, totally unbiased, based on numbers and stats. And I could go through all of those because I'm a geek that way, but it's totally fair and totally unbiased. The more you produce, the more you perform, then that would be where your ranking goes. Now, there is, from time to time, especially in Emerge, there is some data that we're always trying to go and get. So totally transparent. Last week with the Limu Merge, some of the enrollment information, that data from the first couple months of this year, hasn't been included. So if you're wondering, hey, I feel like my score should be a little bit higher, give us about a week or so where we add that data back in, and you'll see that adjusted almost overnight, right? But it is fair and unbiased, and you do more than I do, then you'll have a higher power ranker than me. Again, it resets annually. But let's talk about the 5 categories. So customer and member acquisition. It's real simple. You sponsor a customer, you sponsor a member, that gives you kind of a score. And if I sponsor more than you, we compare that with the average. And if I'm above average, I get assigned a little score. And then we add up all the scores from all the categories, and that gives us our order. So if you can acquire more customers than me and refer more business partners than me, then in this category, you will have the higher score. Okay. Next, retention. We're looking at your first 3 generations, right? Your kids, your grandkids, your great-grandkids. How many people are engaged, are active, are commission qualified at a given time? 10 people, 20 people, 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people. The bigger that number is, you compare it with my number, and if your number is higher, you get the higher score, and it's all based on that, okay? So retention is pretty easy, guys. And that's the power of 4. We talked about 4, 16, 64, right? To the extent that you can duplicate, that's a simple way for you to get your score bumped up in a pretty big way. Growth, your pay line volume versus everyone else. So what we do on growth is we look this year versus last year. And you're like, well, last year we weren't paying attention to pay line volume. How's that going to work? Well, we've got your data from last year from Limu, and we've converted all of that into RX pay line volume for last year. So we know what your base was, we know what you're doing now, and as long as you're growing your pay lines, you will get a score for that growth. So let's say that I grew 10,000 volume points in my pay line year to date, and you grew 100,000 points in your pay line year to date, right? You would have the higher score in growth, and we'll see kind of how that scoring works. But it's real simple. Every week, look at your pay line volume. It's 2,000 points, 5,000 points, whatever. Try to get that a little bit higher every single week. That will grow your score. And for people who are building new teams and crushing it and growing like crazy, this is the single biggest way to make an impact on your power ranking. Okay, building new teams, duplicating the power of 4, that will grow your score and power ranking faster than just about anything else. Leadership development. We look at a couple of things on this. The people that you personally sponsor, are you helping them become gold? That's the power of 4. Are they getting 4 business partners in their first 8 weeks, right? And if you're helping create goals, that goes a long way in your leadership development category. Next, the people you sponsored over the last 2 years, are they title advancing? Are their titles going up and up? Is that pay line volume that they're building, is that growing and balancing out? Are they duplicating? So you help them go gold, you help them title advance, all of that counts towards leadership development. And of course, are you helping them get a paycheck, right? And matching bonus, we look at last year's matching bonus versus this year's matching bonus. Guys, I want to give you a little hint. There is no matching bonus base to compare against in Limu, which means all of you guys have a base of 0. That's a really good number to start with, because any matching bonus you earn starting this week throughout the rest of the year, that will absolutely grow your power ranking, especially in this category of leadership development. So help your people get paychecks, help them get them consistently, help them get it weekly, help them learn how to build 2 teams, balance that volume, and earn base commissions, because as their base commissions go up, your matching bonus goes up, and the bigger your match pay, that is all counted as growth over the next 6.5 months. So I promise you, watch your matching bonus paycheck. Try to get that matching bonus number up every single week. And I'm more than happy to do specific dedicated trainings to kind of coach through that, which reports to look at, how to learn how to do it, etc. Okay, after leadership development, earnings. This one's real simple. My paycheck versus your paycheck. If you're earning more than me, it means that somewhere along the line you built a pretty good team. And so this is the one category where our top leaders who have been building for years and years and years do have a little bit of an advantage. But that's okay, because everything else is pretty much focused on what you're building and growing now. So it's a good balance of giving recognition for our top leaders who have built amazing teams over time, and still rewarding everyone else who's growing and up and coming for the growth they're creating right now. So it's a good balance, and this is one of the categories. And it's real simple. I made $50,000 this year. You made 75. Your score will be higher than mine. Okay. So, oh, we've got a motorcycle.
Okay, I muted all of them. Ian, can you unmute yourself again? Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So you're going to look in your back office and you're going to see power ranking. And when you click on that, it will go to your dashboard. And on your dashboard, you're going to see kind of your different category percentiles. All right. Do you guys remember if you've ever had a kid, the doctors come and say, your daughter is in the 80th percentile for length, the 90th percentile for weight. And what that means is if you're 90 percentile, there's only 10% of kids in America who weigh more. right? There's only 20% of people in America who are longer. And so based on that, you'll know, oh, I'm super strong in growth. My pay lines are growing, and I'm kind of weak in retention. I should probably spend a little more time on teaching, on coaching, on motivating, on duplicating to get that retention level up, but continue to grow. And so it makes it really easy with that percentage. You can look at that and just in a heartbeat know where you should spend your time, spend your focus as a leader to kind of get that power ranking. And the cool part is when your power ranking goes up, your check goes up and your team is growing. It's all connected, and it's super useful to gauge the activity in your team. So let's look and see what it looks like in your back office. If you're in X Office, and it doesn't matter if you're on your phone or on a desktop, you'll see a little bar that tells you your current power ranking. If you click on that bar, it will jump up to this section that you see here. So this person you can see is number 22 worldwide. They're number 14 in their region, which I believe is Europe, and they're number 14 in their country. Then down below, you'll see all the different categories. So acquisition, worldwide percentile, 25%. They haven't been sponsoring as many people or getting as many customers as some of your other top leaders. And you can see worldwide, they're number 779. So if I were to look at this and say, where could I do better? It's real simple. Go find new business partners, find customers, put your business partners in a pay line, help them go gold, help them achieve a title, and grow their paycheck. Like that's the simple formula that always works to grow your power ranking. Okay. Earnings, you can see this person's in the 95th percentile. They're doing great. Their paycheck is pretty amazing. So they could spend time worrying on their paycheck, but they'd grow a lot faster and grow their power ranking faster by clicking on that acquisition and just sponsoring, right? Growth, this person is in the 98th percentile. Again, they're doing really well. Their teams are growing, which is awesome. Leadership development, 93%. They're pretty strong there. Retention, that's a great, great retention. That means they've got a lot of people that are active, that are commission qualified in generations 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So for this person, they say, I want to become in the top 10 worldwide. What could they do? If you look right at the bottom, it says, want to increase your ranking? Click here. We actually went through and created some AI on how to do that. So that'll take you to this part. It says power ranking advancement. And you enter the goal that you want to hit in the world or the region or the country or next gen. We'll talk about next gen in a minute, okay? So this person wants to be number 10 in the region. They hit number 10, they hit the region button and just wait. And our artificial intelligence engine goes through, looks at where you're strong, looks at where you're weak, and then gives you a prescription that if you will just do and follow, you will become number 10, okay? So you put in there number 10, and you'll see, look, to reach your goal by the end of the year, you'll need 2,400 pay line volume points each week. Your current average is 719. And so it'll tell you what your goal is, what you have to do. And you can do this every single week because every week it kind of changes, right? Some people slow down a little bit. Other people run faster. And so this is your secret shortcut that tells you what to focus on and what to do. And guys, it is amazing at how well this works. So if you love to geek out on numbers, this is a great opportunity for you to kind of set weekly goals, pace yourself. It's more of like a marathon because it's a year long, and it's a chance for you to go with that. If you're not a geek on numbers, then remember nothing else other than just sponsor people, put them on a pay line, help them go gold, help them title events. That is the best recipe for growing your power ranking. And if you've already got 20 people sponsored and they're all growing, then just build your pay lines, right? And so it's pretty straightforward on how power ranking works. The last part of power ranking is next gen. Let me stop sharing real quick. So next gen is a program that we put together for all of our new RX representatives. Okay, these are people who enrolled either this year or last year. And so we're looking at everyone saying, okay, we've got, let's say in the US, 10,000 people who enrolled in 2019, 2020. And we say, all right, if you can be one of the top power anchors in your class, right, you'll get a chance to be in the next gen. And that is kind of a really exclusive, really fun club to join. One of the RX executives will basically become your quasi mentor / quasi supporter, and you'll be able to basically tell them what to do, boss them around, and you can have Fred Cooper on webinars to help close people, to train your teams, right? And every quarter we look at the top 10 in North America, right, of new people, and we say, great, your power ranking is in the top 10, the top 8, and we say, congratulations, you can now be one of the next gen 8, and at the end of the year, the top 8 all get extra AORs, free fun money for trips, and the number 1 next gen power anchor will be the next gen champion. They're guaranteed a trip with the company where their mentor, whether it's Fred Cooper or me or Deanna or anybody, goes with them on the trip, hosts a huge party for all of their team members who go on the trip as well, and everyone gets to kind of party and have a lot of fun. So, guys, power ranking it's fair, it's kind of unique. Most companies just go off of who they like, and this one says, you know what, we're going to listen to the people who are driving growth, who are pushing our business to new boundaries, and who are taking us to new levels. So, power ranking is cool. It's fun. It's something you should watch on your back office from week to week. And if you set a goal to kind of grow that, your paycheck, your team, everybody wins because it's all connected. So hopefully that answered your guys' questions about power ranking and the next gen 8. If it didn't, feel free to type in questions into the chat box, and I'll stay on for another 10 minutes and we can go through and answer away. Or Omar, if you've got new questions you got yesterday, we can do that while the group is typing.
I don't have any questions from yesterday, so.
Okay, well then we'll turn it over to you guys. What questions do you have for us today? What new challenges are you facing? And what about power rankings didn't make sense or you still have questions on? Fire away. Or if you're just done, peace. We'll see you guys tomorrow. It's totally up to you. We're here for you guys, and we really do appreciate your time.
Hey, Ian.
Yes, sir.
Ian, this is Rick. Sorry, just one question maybe that came up is that there was a report that came out yesterday about power ranking, and so you might address kind of for the LIMU group, you know, what's happening and how sometimes at the beginning of the year it looks one way and it kind of balances itself over a couple of weeks, and just kind of give some information about that if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Thanks, Rick. Wow, what a trooper, man. It's Rick's day off and he's still here. That's dedication. Seriously. To answer your question though, yeah, we had the first report come out. And like I said, it was missing some of the enrollment and sponsorship data. So we didn't get the retention category or customer acquisition category or leadership development category for LIMU yet. So if you look at that back office, you'll see like, why am I 0% in those 3 categories? The answer is the data is still parsing through as we're bringing you guys on. That will get updated naturally over time over the next week or 2. So don't worry. We will absolutely make sure that every single effort that you've put in this year gets accounted for and included into power rankings. But we were too excited to not wait till everything was 100%. We said, let's start it because a lot of you deserve, based on your growth, based on your paycheck, based on what you've been doing, to be recognized. So Valerie is asking a question about preferred customers. Valerie, fire away. What questions do you have? On auto deliveries, they get 15% off. How much do they have to have on their auto ship? And will additional products also be 15% off? Great question. So we have 3 pricing tiers. You've got retail price, which almost nobody ever pays. You've got the customer price in the middle, 15% off, and then you have the member wholesale price, which is 30% off. For the record, we never take anything more than the member wholesale price. If a customer ever pays above that price, that always goes back to you, the sponsor of that customer. Okay? So there's actually two ways that customers can get 15% off. They can set up an auto delivery, so kind of the subscribe and save, right? You can send them a link, a smart link. They say, I want to buy some Limu. They put it on an auto delivery. One pack or one thing of anything will get them access to that 15% off. So you can buy one product and always have 15% off. You can buy 100 products and have 15% off. It really doesn't matter. As long as you have an auto delivery set up, they get access to that 15% off. There's another way for you to give them 15% off, and that's sharing your promo code. So all of you in the back office can go to My Business, set up your promo code. Let's call it I Love RX123. When you share a smart link with a friend, you can choose to embed your promo code in the smart link. So when they open it up, bing, it shows up and your promo code is already there. They're saving 15%. And then if they want to save the full 30, yeah, they can set up a subscribe and save. The really cool part is you can customize it to where you either show or don't show that subscribe and save option. So if you just want to send a promo code with the smart link, they open it up, they can get 15% off and you earn whatever they don't save. So if they save 15%, you'll earn 15%. If they save 30, you don't get the retail earnings, but you got a new customer. So kind of how that works. Jackie, the 3 levels are retail, customer, and member wholesale. Great question. Josette Ma's asking, the 2-month package at $420 does not get the 15% off with the promo code. Why is that? I sent it to a new customer and it did not work. Please help. It should be. So let me share my screen again, Omar. I'll kind of walk through an example if that's all right.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I'm just going to choose one of my friends from China. They won't mind. We'll turn this to English so you can see it. Let's go to Smart Links. So I'm going to go to Smart Links over here. Oh boy. Back to English. Create a new Smart Link. Smart Link type, customer. Link name. Country, USA. Next. Okay, do you know the name of that pack? What was the name of that pack? The $420 pack? Josette?
Yes, it's called a 2-month pack. It doesn't have a picture, but I think if you type
A
it,
2-month pack? Okay, let me try this. 2-month pack.
yeah.
Look at that. Okay, that's perfect. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm adding this to the 2-month pack, to this Smart Link, review contents, and then you'll see it gives me a question. Include promotional code to give your customer a 15% discount. Yes. Let's go next. Recipient type, I want a public link that I can share with anybody. Generate my link. Boom. Copy that link. Let's see what they see when they open up my Smart Link. And there you go. It is 15% off. And I see what you're saying. I'm guessing they didn't set up the price point for that. Probably because Limu might have only had one price point. That's my guess. But you can see here, if the pack was set up with 3 price tiers, then the discount would be in there. That's a good catch, Josette. Omar, can you make a note of that and let's go talk to finance.
Yeah, so I can talk to
Thank
finance
you.
just to kind of reiterate what you said. Just by looking at the pack, it looks like it's probably a fixed price, just because of the content that's in there. But I'll double check and verify that that's the case. Kind of like the member pack and the business pack, it's all a fixed price across. So I'll double check just to make sure, and have them give me an answer as to why it's just a fixed price.
Sounds good. But you can see here, had you shared the promo code and there were the 3 tiers set up, I would be saving 15%. And if I just bought, the difference between 15 and 30 would actually go directly to you as a retail payment. So I love smart links and promo codes because they're totally like affiliate marketing. It's what everyone on Instagram and TikTok does. It says, click here on my promo code, save 15%, right? And you have these influencers who just send their promo codes with cool, funny posts every single day. And when people click on it and they pay for it, we do the shipping, we collect their payment, we ship it all out to them, and then you get that 15% spread every single time, even if you just enrolled with the boss. This is the one method of payment that we pay even if you didn't buy product. So literally somebody who has no money at all can say, do you have 25 bucks? Everyone's got 25 bucks. Anybody can find 25 bucks, right? If they're really serious about starting a business. Buy the boss, get access to the system, set up their promo codes, share their promo codes, and be an influencer. And all of the products that they sell will get them a business level, will start their business, and will pay them that retail 15% spread every single time. Great question, Josette. That was a cool excuse to teach about promo codes. Julie, also the first order, can they create their own packs as long as they buy the boss and get 250 volume points and they qualify as a rep promoter? Absolutely. And it's actually not 250, it's 200. So you can buy a 200 point or sell a 200 point or sell a bunch of promo codes and 10 points here, 20 points there. 200 points will get you activation for your business. And if you want to mix and match and not buy from the packs that we have, that's totally up to you guys. Usually our packs will have some sort of a bigger discount, so you're getting more product than you would normally get if you're buying separate. New customers and reps can use the code to get 15% off anything they order, correct? Yes. Great questions, guys. What qualifies someone for loyalty shopping? Great question. So loyalty shopping, you get that when you are commission qualified. And most of the time that means you sell or you purchase 100 points or 150 bucks. And as soon as you do that, then everything you buy after that for the next 4 weeks is on that loyalty discount. So great questions. Yeah, can I explain more about the 2X membership? What benefits does it have? If you look at the name RX, the last IIX actually came from 2X. It was a really big part of the comp plan in the early days. Now people kind of rarely talk about it because it's already built in to the business levels. So doing 200 points gets you your business activated, but does not include the 2X status. 2X doubles all of your bonuses for life, right? So base commissions is 15%, but your matching bonus, your savings bonus, all that gets doubled with that business and above status. So everyone really wants to try to become a business status member. And that's 2X. Julie, again, also, if they get the boss, then they don't have to purchase the 200 points, but can have that volume come from people under them. So Julie, yes and no. Your 200 points has to come from either what you buy or what you sell to preferred customers. But sponsoring someone who buys 200 points won't count for you, that counts for themselves. So personal purchases or personal sales, all of that counts towards your business level, 200 points or 500 points or whatever, right? Great question though. Very good question. Boom. Who else has a question? I love this, guys. This is great. And this is why we're doing these every day, so that if you think about something new, you can write it down, save it for tomorrow, and we'll continue this. And Omar, Rick, and I, we really appreciate your taking time to learn. If there's nothing else, that's all I got, guys. We'll see you same bat time, same bat place tomorrow. Omar, turn it back over to you guys. Thank you so much.